Hey, good morning and happy Sunday. Hey, uh, any reason to pull out the Strat? Any reason to pull out the Strat? Happy birthday week to Mr. Ritchie Blackmore, one of the greatest guitar players of all time, and happy week to you guys. Um, we're here again, another week. Cheers! We're well into April now, as the year just flies by. I find if you have kids after March break, I find the year just seems to fly by, or it seems to get fly into the better weather is what I think it is. And you got more things to do. And got to look at the yard work and all that kind of stuff. And, you know that kind of thing. But anyhow, yeah, Ritchie Blackmore's birthday this week. Like I said, any reason to bring a Strat out. Ritchie, 78 years old, I believe. 78 years old. Now, again, we talk about this all the time because I talk about classic rock and our heroes and that sort of thing and that kind of thing. No, these guys are getting up there in age, and they're out there touring. Phil Collins can't do it anymore. Shouldn't have done the last tour, in my humble opinion. Then you got guys like, everyone talks about the Led Zeppelin. Actually, it's died down now, hasn't it? About the whole Led Zeppelin reunion thing, that doesn't really come up anymore. But seeing as Jimmy Page is almost 80, Ritchie Blackmore is almost 80. They've all moved on. Blackmore, of course, does more Baroque stuff now and medieval music and that. And Blackmore's Night with his wife, Candace Knight. And that. And we can remember, we have lots of great videos, lots of great music recordings and stuff like that, and we can remember those bands like that. I think the whole tribute band thing has become bigger, and casino circuits, corporate circuits, and clubs and bars and stuff like that. So hey, you go see people that are doing the show their own way, that kind of thing, which is kind of cool too. But let's just face it, guys. After Jeff Beck passed away, the great guitar players are starting to go, and kudos to Eric Clapton, who's going out on the road and doing it. I don't know how these guys do it, close to 80 years old, but cheers, Ritchie Blackmore. Yes, one of the greatest guitarists of all time. I don't think Deep Purple gets as big a credit as the Who's, the Led Zeppelins. Beatles or Stones, even top of the heap and coming down. I think because a lot of member changes, maybe because of I think it all boils down to music. How incredibly accessible the music was. Deep Purple, just more of a, I don't know, like my wife Angela would say, a guy's band. Deep Purple. So, but as Ritchie Blackmore as a guitar player. Probably one of the premier soloists in guitar. Had the tone. When you play a Strat, it's very, very bare. It's you're plugging in a loud amp, and it's very clean. There's no there used to be a saying back in the day when there was Gibson and Fenders, and they used to say, "Oh, you're being hard on yourself. You're playing a Fender." Because it took a lot more to grab a note out of it. Gibson's, it was a little bit more luxurious, a little bit more weight to the guitars and humbucking pickups and that kind of thing. But Strats are basically a wielding tool for the person who wants to paint the canvas their own way. Jacob, my son, and I had a long discussion one night about Strats and Les Pauls, and how Les Paul is the iconic guitar. I guess the iconic rock guitar that people gravitate to, and I think more fans and not huge artists gravitate to Les Paul. If you look at all the rock guitarists, or big name rock guitarists, other than Jimmy Page, who was known to play the Sunburst Les Paul, everybody else was a Strat guy. Clapton, Hendrix, Jeff Beck. They all dabbled in Gibsons. You see pictures of them with Gibsons, but they were all basically Strat guys. Joe Perry of Aerosmith, Les Pauls and Strats back and forth. But Clapton definitely Strat, had the Cream days and that. But so who's playing Les Paul? Jimmy Page and Slash, basically. But still the iconic guitar. But I think this is the tool. This is the tool of the trade. I think so. You can really bring out your own personality in them, and they're just such great looking beasts. I like the look of this way more than the Les Paul. It's just me. Anyhow. Ritchie Blackmore and his Strats. He smashed a lot of Strats. I don't know if you've seen footage of him smashing guitars. Influenced a lot of people. The first person to wear a top hat, Slash, was Ritchie Blackmore. When I first saw Guns N' Roses in the Welcome to the Jungle video and saw the guy with the guitar player with the top hat, and I said, well, why is this guy ripping off Blackmore? And then it became his own thing, and now Ritchie Blackmore isn't really known for that top hat thing, but Slash is. But there's that. Yngwie Malmsteen. I mean, if you looked at early Malmsteen, he is basically looks like he's just kind of trying to rip off Ritchie Blackmore. Black, the same guitar, big headstock Strat, not this one, but Blackmore's and Malmsteen's, and all dressed in black and leather and just shredding his way through. Great story. Well, Malmsteen uses a scalp fingerboard. If you don't know what a scalp fingerboard is, they carve out the wood between the frets, so you're just playing on the frets. And that's how Yngwie Malmsteen plays. Ritchie Blackmore actually started that. He did have a scallop Strat. Funny story is he took his guitar into a repairman, and the guy filled in all the scallops. What's wrong with his guitar? I'm gonna fix this for him. And they filled in the scallop. You got to take your guitars to the right people. Come on now, guys. Yeah, it's hard to find those right people too. But yeah, Ritchie Blackmore, a huge influence. Huge influence on guys like Eddie Van Halen. It's funny how Eddie Van Halen is. He came up. He was basically honing his skills in the 70s, where the only guitar players that were flamboyant and that were like guys like Ritchie Blackmore, smashing guitars, jumping around, that kind of thing. Led Zeppelin didn't play a lot of live shows, so you didn't see them as much. But Purple was out there, Purple was out there. Anyhow, I think these people are revered. Do you want to really see them playing live anymore? Sure, yeah. I'm not really keen on seeing Eric Clapton. I think I'm just going to remember Eric Clapton as the historic guy he is. Would have loved to see Jeff Beck again one more time. Happy that I did see him once. But yeah, cheers to our heroes that are still out there doing it. Cheers to our heroes that are sitting back and enjoying their lives. Jimmy Page, I'm talking to you, because as much as we'd love to see a Led Zeppelin reunion, I don't think it's going to be the same. O2, those guitars were tuned down a little low, and Robert Plant's still out there doing it. So cheers to them all. For you out there, I'm hoping you're enjoying your spring. The weather's good. Get out there and see some live music. We've got some great stuff coming up. Jacob, my son, as you know, is, I don't know if you've seen my posts, but he got accepted into Canadian Music Week, which is going to be a phenomenal time. June is going to be a really busy month for us. Cheers, congrats to Jake, and for that kind of thing. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Not such a long show today, but we're glad to be here. Thank you to the block for Block restaurant in Burlington, who's our regular gig with Jacob and myself on Friday nights. One Friday a month we play down there. Phenomenal crowd this week. Well, it was just amazing. Our third set was just all requests, and we were doing some weird stuff. Everything from Backstreet Boys to the Led Zeppelin to, I don't know. It was just bizarre. Some guy requested Glenn Campbell. I don't know. That was interesting. But anyhow, have a great week. Take it easy. We'll see you next time.